You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the only one media group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm your host, dini-mussolini, and there are 23,000 of you guys on the phone lines with us tonight. What is up? How are you doing? All right, complacency. Are you comfortable? I hope you're not too comfortable. Comfort and complacency can destroy the meaning in your life. If you're not growing, then you are withering away. Have you already been successful and accumulated a lot of money? Then you can either sit back and enjoy it by doing nothing meaningful, or you can build on your initial success and go on to even greater accomplishments. Complacency is dangerous for anyone, no matter how rich or how poor a person is. When life has no meaning, it doesn't matter how much money you have. Wherever you are, there is always room to grow. What is the point of living if you're not a part of life? Complacency doesn't just affect rich people. No matter how poor you are, you can always find someone who is even worse off. And by way of comparison, you can feel comfortable. Don't allow yourself to fall in this trap. Judge yourself by your own standards, not by comparison to others. Before you do something, ask yourself, will this help me to grow, or will it cause me to fall back? Sometimes the same experience or event can go either way. For example, if you're going to a party, you can either park yourself by the bar and get drunk, or you can work the crowd, meeting people, networking, interacting, exchanging ideas. In every situation, be wary of complacency and look for ways to grow. Take it from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, it feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos and starseeds, and 2 times for my people who are vegans. We are averaging over 34,000 plus listeners, and we've been at this for 3 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we're still growing, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect. And we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on the show, from Grammy Award-winning artists, nominees, to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens. Or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. And with that, hello out there, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, Vigilantes Radio. Thank you again, as always, for tuning in and being a part of our audience family. You know the number to dial. It's 701-801-9813 to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in and mix directly from my website, which is only1mediagroup.com. Scroll over to the Vigilantes Radio tab and slap that Go Live button, and you'll be right here live in the mix with all of us or in the chat room. So feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here. And as always, all episodes are available for free download. You can grab that from Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
Well, I don't want to keep 23,000 of you guys waiting on the lines any longer, so let's go ahead and dive deep into this interview, shall we? Tonight's interview is the Mikey Smit interview, and I'm your host, dini-mussolini. So we all know that communication, that's the heart of all hip-hop music, isn't it? Yeah. What started as an underground common thread to a few has now been long-standing within the mainstream, but that element of communication and shout-outs to the masses remains. I want you guys to meet Mikey Smit. He's a rapper, a producer, engineer, living the hip-hop culture. He is also a skilled, like I said, he's also a skilled producer and audio engineer from California. That's a focused wordsmith and superb artist. And that's not only in his music. And hopefully, guys, you'll get a taste of it all here in this very interview. So with that, let's go ahead and invite Mikey to the show. Mikey, you're now live in the mix with all of us. How is it going, and how are you feeling?
How you doing, my man? It's good to finally meet you, brother.
Hey, same here, same here. How's the weather out in Cali?
It's nighttime out here, but it's very hot. I'm outside in the tank top right now.
Really hot? Wow, man, we're getting the cold front out here in the east, or the southeast.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. We're at southeast.
Mississippi, southeast.
Man.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, our southeast for real.
Yeah, man, I was super happy, man, when when the heat wave ended. Man, we got this cool front from the fall coming in. It's like it's about 60, 68 right now.
That's not bad. I mean, that's not bad. But I mean, for out here, we've been waiting for it for like what? Since September, still nothing showed up. We just been getting hot days. Wow. Like today it was like 97.
Yeah. See, I'm usually out there. I'm usually out there in Cali around this time, and it's always like 60, 50 degrees around this time at night. I can't believe it's still hot out there. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Man, I feel sorry for your brother.
It's all right. I might as well enjoy it before the coldness comes. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. All right, man. So let's go ahead and jump into this interview, man. So, listening, you know, learning about your music. I have to admit, man, my ears will have this automatic, you know, filter where I'm trying to see, okay, what's hip hop and what's rap. To me, those two genres are completely identifiable, not only by the instrumentation and the rhymes, but mostly by the lyrics themselves, I suppose. And you kind of shocked me, man. The beats were definitely rap, but when I heard you flow on this particular track, I was like, oh man, either this guy has been studying, you know, his hip hop, or I don't know. It's just, wow. It's like the best of both worlds when I listen to your music.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
No doubt, man. So right away, the first track that I just listened to was "Momma-we-made-it." So give us the details. Let's back up. Would you agree with me or disagree about the whole, you know, hip hop versus rap?
Okay, now I very much agree, because there is a difference between just rapping and hip hop. Hip hop is everything. I feel like hip hop embodies going all the way back to when hip hop first started. Like, you know, the Rapper's Delight. Rap is like when I would say all of the flashiness came, and just, you know, when the switch, it wasn't real. It was just a lot of fake. You will find a lot of fake in the rapness, but hip hop, you'll find a lot of pure jewels and gems and stuff like that. So for me, I agree very much for the difference between hip hop and rap.
Definitely. And I take it a step further, man, because hip hop is pretty much a culture. You know, the way we dress, talk, you know,
Yep.
that kind of thing. And, you know, fads come and go. So
Yes, they do.
I know we're in a particular fad right now. And I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater at all. I'm not a judge. But, you know, sometimes
you just have opinions. It's good to have opinions,
I
you know what I'm saying?
have opinions, man. I have to scratch my head like, you know, is this hip hop or what is this? Is this, you know, punk rock or what are we doing here? So, I mean, how you feel about today's hip hop? How would you define today's hip hop?
I mean, I keep my ear to it, so it's kind of hard for me to compare today's hip hop because, like, I'm very much putting my ear to the underground scene as well as to the major scene. Now, on the major side, I have no idea what's going on with rap or hip hop.
Yeah.
Underground wise, it's beautiful. It's a whole lot there. You know what I'm saying? I've run across a few artists that are really hip hop. Like I would say me and those few artists that I ran across are very hip hop. Then you have some artists that I come across that are very rap or very cookie cutter, things of that nature. So, well, you know, you have those daring few, but I would just right now, I don't know. We're living in the information age. So right now, for the lovers of hip hop, if you want to find hip hop, you got to dig for it. But if not, you're gonna just have to abide by what's on the top right now until that fizzles out.
Definitely. What would you call your song, "Momma-we-made-it"? Is that rap or hip hop?
It's rap and hip hop, because I would say only reason why I would say rap is because the sounds that I use when I made that beat is basically the sounds of today, you know. But my lyrics and choice of how I wanted to present myself on that track is very hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still an artist that's striving to be where my influences are at right now, like the Jay-Z's, the Nas, those type of dudes. You know, I very much look up to those kind of cats. So I mean, Momma-we-made-it is just a reflection on that. Like, you know, one day I'm looking at my mom's eyes and I'm like, Mama, we made it. We here. You know, my mom right now, she plays a big part in my music as well. She's like damn near the CEO of the record label that I produce under. So it's like, you know, that day that come across where I could just be like, Mama, we made it, and I got the bands for you and all that. What? We in the game. And then I got more. It won't just stop there either. Like how you said in the beginning of your of this radio interview, in the way at the beginning when you first started, when you was like complacency and being too comfortable, I was like, oh yeah, I like where he coming off already. Like that sound real. So when you bring up Momma-we-made-it, even when I get to that point, I don't want to be too complacent or too comfortable. I just want to, you know, keep building. You know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah.
Things of that nature.
And definitely, man, you're definitely a genius that is coming of age, man, by blending the two together, the hip-hop with the rap. So it's like you're feeding the hip-hop heads, and you're also giving the mainstream what they need and what they want. I thought that was a genius move there.
Exactly. That's what I'm going for, you know, because in today's world, like making good music, it involves all the elements, like every element you could think of. So I was like, how can I do that? You know, I like some of the rap stuff. It's not all bad, you know. Some people are really they trying to say something, but take some little elements from them. And since I produce myself, it's kind of easy to do that. I mean, you kind of have to train your ear at first, but it gets there. You could get the hang of it.
Definitely. So exactly how much of the content in your work represents your life and where you've been? Is it all fact or fiction here?
It's all fact.
Cool.
It's all fact. Like I where I come from, like, cause I might be in California, but I'm originally from the East Coast. So where I come from, they're like They're like, you can't be a rapper if you're not spitting what you actually been through. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, somebody is gonna come looking for you and seeing if you really about that. You know. So not to say that I'm talking all of this reckless stuff in my raps, but I'm just being myself in my raps. And then on top of that, I like the griminess of hip hop. So in my vocals and the way I use my voice in my songs, I like to put that grime in it so it sounds like I'm being reckless or whatnot. It sounds like what you want to hear, you know. So, and it reflects. I listen to a lot of Mobb Deep and, you know, people like that. So rest in peace to Prodigy.
Sir, rest in peace, Prodigy.
Yeah.
All right. So a younger version of yourself, and even at this point, could have chosen any genre or any style of music to perform. You're a producer, you know. You create from nothing. But what really led you into hip hop?
All right. What really led me into hip hop is when I was in church. I never thought I was going to be doing anything in music, to be honest with you, until this one very day in church. My aunt, who rest her soul, she's passed away now, but she gave me a mic and she was like, look, I want you to rap. And my first ever rap was about Jesus, and she wrote it.
Nice.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. She said I looked like I have the part and everything, so I went ahead and did it, and it came out good. So once I did that, I just was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna see about this. So I started looking into it and started writing poems first. And then when I wrote poems, I grew up along the time, and then I seen Nas's One Mic video, threw me for a loop. I was like, okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Started writing like that and just perfecting my craft and everything. And that's how it happened.
Definitely. Why didn't you continue to make Jesus raps?
Honestly, because the world is huge. And I've always felt like I could always make secular music, but blend the two together, because once you blend the two together, you're reaching everybody instead of one core audience. If I go straight Jesus, then I'm directly to the people that are straight in church and things of that nature. But if I do it both ends, it's like Jesus. He went to the hoods and everything. If the Bible was now in times, Jesus would be the one that's in the hood, like, yo, I'm trying to help y'all out, man. Here go a bottle. You know, I'm gonna just sit here and build with y'all and tell you what you need to do with your life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Versus,
you know what? No, go ahead.
Versus, it's all right. Versus if I was just like in the church and I'm trying to get people to come to my church. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I think I'm saying it right, but yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you were about to say.
I was gonna say I totally agree with you.
Okay.
It's like you spoon feeding them, because if you all Jesus, not saying that's a bad thing, but not too many people want to gravitate towards that unless they at the rock bottom places in their life. And we know how this world is. We know how people in the world, man, they like to throttle the line between good and evil, and I'm a good person and this and that. But if you study spitting, you know, your life and realness, and then inserting, you know, Jesus here and there, positivity, good energy, it's like you feeding them vitamins in the food. They don't even know about it yet.
Nope, they don't. But when they go back to it and they really reassess what I'm actually saying, they're like, oh man, maybe if I apply that to my life, maybe let me try that. Let me try that, because he don't really seem like he all the way in it, but he do. I don't want to be blasphemous or nothing, but I mean, if that's how I gotta put it on the plate for you to get it, then that's how I gotta do it.
Definitely, man. I told you, you're a genius that's coming of age, man. So, beyond the start of you finding your place in music and in life, how do you confirm that you have a place in this industry?
I mean, nowadays, before it was open season, but now it's still open season because it's an independent game. So it's like there's no reason for me not to have a place. Like, I'm not even trying to take somebody else's spot. I'm more so about to just dig my own spot. And, you know, like, who did that? All right, perfect example, Nipsey Hussle. He's a kind of a major artist, but he's an all the way independent artist. Mm-hmm. Clearly made his own lane, has his own voice. He has his own little crowd of fans that goes to him, and they solely just are loyal to him. And I'm out in Cali, so I know it. Like, I see it. People would love this guy. So it's like, if I keep going and building how I'm building and networking in the street and doing all of that, ain't no telling for me to have my same light the same way that man got his same light. You know what I'm saying? This world is too big for a person like me with all my, as you say, genius, not to have a spot. Mm-hmm. So that's how I would put it. I mean, like, it's just, I feel like my spot, where I'm supposed to be going, as long as I keep right, stay where I'm headed, my spot is already made.
Definitely. Matt, tell us about your support system besides your mom. Like, do you have any core fans? How's your neighborhood treating you? How's your community treating you?
I mean, you know, of course you got people that's gonna hate, but because they see you all the time. But then you got the people that like genuinely just love what you do. I have people that call me from across on the East Coast, and I'm out all the way in the West Coast, and they tell me, yo, man, I just heard this, man. Yo, what are you doing over there? Crazy, man. Then you got, I got people that's in California that just like, yo, man, they say the same thing you say, like, man, what are you doing? You genius type of mind guy. You know, outside of my family, it's a nice little core group of people that really support me.
Nice.
Especially now that I'm on this whole different type of promotion. Like, this is the first time I ever done something like this. Really? Yeah, kind of like.
You sound like a professional, man.
Well,
taking pointers for you. How cool you are. Down to earth.
Like I said, I just try to be myself.
Definitely.
This is just me every day. So it's like, you know, and then when you're a person that really been through what you're talking about, it's like it comes out like water. So
yeah,
it's like that.
Yes, sir. So
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I have a bad habit of doing that, man. Go ahead, bro.
It's all good. But as far as like support system, like, I feel like it's a little bit more I could be doing to gather more support. But I would put the blame on me, because it's like I have to put that first foot forward. I be kind of like nervous in some ways. Like, I'm a people person, but kind of not really a people person, which is kind of the reason why I rap and make beats, because I kind of like to stay. Say when I'm not entertaining people, I'll be in the studio somewhere just cooking up beats, and then next thing you know, I'm somewhere writing to that and then rapping it. And that alone takes a lot of time. Well, for me, it's like it's a cool minute, but I could get so caught up in that. Like, you can't, like, say it, because I still got a regular day job. So if I'm off for like a couple days, that's all you're gonna see me doing. Yeah. It's just like, oh man, you got another little song? Yeah, man. Oh, what, another one, man? Dang. Okay. It just be like that. I can get carried away with myself sometimes. It's not like I don't want to be a people person, but I just love the music so much. I hear something, it's like, dang, I know I got to go do something with that. We got to go. Yeah. Let's work.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, my thing is I got to find a balance for both of those. I would say that's the perfect word for that. I got to find a balance for those two.
I mean, what's stopping you now?
Nothing really stopping me.
You mean a balance between like a social life and your music life? Yeah. Because I mean, like, I have friends, but then again, like, they'll feel a certain type of way if I'm like in the studio or something and I don't pick up the phone. You know what I mean? Man, look, young brother.
Text back.
Young brother, go get it. Go get it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell him. I'll be like, bro, all I'm trying to do is get it. You know, all I can see is just the vision, and it's working. So,
Yeah, I'm not saying you got to be a workaholic 24/7, because you do need the social time to, to get inspired and be refueled, especially if you've given out, all your energy.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, man, keep getting it.
Exactly, man. That's why I try to tell myself. I'll be trying to find a balance between the both. Somebody hit me up, let's go get some drinks. That same time they hit me up, let's go get some drinks, I might be like in the middle of something so tough like that. No, I really don't want to stop.
Yeah.
So I just, yeah. Other than that, I would say it's going good.
Yes, sir.
I can't complain.
With all this work going on, lyrically speaking, what is important for you to include in your songs?
A message.
Nice.
I would have to say, I gotta, in every song I do, I might say something like dumb to catch the listener, or I might say a nursery rhyme in there. Like one line might be nursery, but then the next few bars might be something for your head, or something like, oh, did he really just say that? Mm-hmm. But then I go right back to like another nursery, but that's nowadays. Like, I remember when I first started, I would listen to a lot of battle raps. So like my style would come off like I'm trying to battle you, but that's only because I was trying to be the nicest. Like, you know what I mean? When you a rapper and when you an MC, your main thing is you want to be the nicest dude out. Mm-hmm. If I'm on a track with you, and you an MC and you say you an MC, you know what it is when we rapping on this track. You trying to see who got the better verse. Yep. You trying to see who deliver it better. You trying to see all of that. Nowadays it's not really like that. It's about like, oh, who got the nice melody or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Like I could slash heads with somebody new, or like say like what's one of these new guys' names, like, or somebody like Rich the Kid. He can really spit, and he just might be just rapping to people. That might be what he just want to do, just so he can get cheese. But I'll just say Rich the Kid. Like, say me and him in the studio together, I would just want to flame him. Like, I would just want to just write the illest verse. He'd probably get on there and do some like auto-tuned up nursery type stuff, and I'll be like, all right, cool. It wasn't really that fun. I just flamed him. He don't really care about it. He just know, oh, he did something hot. Oh, okay, cool. That's how it is nowadays. But lyrically, what I'll be wanting to put out there is a message. I want to make sure when you hear me, oh man, that dude, he got some brains to him.
Yeah.
That's one of my main focuses when I be writing lyrics.
Yeah, you want to drop something to make Lupe say, oh my goodness.
Yeah, Lupe, all of them dudes. Oh, did he say that? Oh.
Got him freestyling on your records.
Yeah. I love all of that.
Yeah, man. So each of your songs, they kind of tell their own separate story. One of your other tracks, "Dilla with It," and I like that song. So I start to think of like what the physical representation of this song will look like. How does it look on paper? Is there scribble marks all over the places? I know one artist who writes like one or two words and then draws a symbol, and the symbol means something. And man, I don't know, man. These artists, they be doing the most.
Yeah. And however you got to get your creativeness out. You got to get it out.
But so how does one of your songs like "Dilla with It" looks like on paper?
On paper, like me, when I write my first two bars. Well, I go bar. Like, say I'll stop at the first rhyme, and that'll be a slash. Second rhyme slash. Third rhyme slash. But then every rhyme might be a whole different scheme. But I end it with a slash. But it's not. I don't really scribble. Me, I make the beat first, and whatever words come to me, like whatever words come with me, and then just. I always think about that first two lines. After the first two lines, it's over with. The rest of it just gonna start coming down. But Dilla with it, I mean, that's one of my favorites. Like, the beat didn't even sound like that when I first had wrote it. I went back in the beat and I just added a couple more elements to the beat. Like the whole switch up, how it switched up from the beginning to the second part of it, and it switches up. I had added that afterwards, after the recording. Because before that, it was like a couple things that was in that track that weren't in it. I just rapped it because it's a sample in there that the reason why I call it Dilla with it is because it's a sample in there that Dilla used on one of his actual, or j-dilla, he used on his actual one of his actual tracks. And I had got a sound kit from him where you could take his sounds and use it for yourself. Mm-hmm. So I took one of his drum kits, his drum sounds, and I just had that in there, that boom 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 boom. I left that in there, and then I added my little keys, effects, and all of that. And then I rocked off of that. When I rocked off of that, that first verse came, and I was like, oh, okay, this is about to be something crazy.
Yeah.
And then I wrote the second verse, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna change my voice. So I changed my voice, and I seen how that sounded, and I was like, oh, this is nice. I like this. It wasn't really a story behind it or anything like that. I just went with how I felt and how I visioned it. Cause I'm basically speaking about like a day to day, or say like when I'm in high school, when the first line, what I say? Shoot, I haven't heard that, bro. Off of that, I don't even want to go on my phone and look for the verse and all of that. But you know, basically, Dilla with it is just it came about just me thinking about j-dilla. You know what I'm saying? He's one of my top favorite producers, like all time. So it was like, once I made that, I was like, you know what? I'm just rapping on this. I know Dilla wouldn't have rapped like that though. I felt like I would have gave Dilla a run for his money if he was still alive. But
right.
But yeah, you know, Dilla, like, that's my dude. I just made it in reminiscing of him. That's basically all that was. On some of his tracks, you can hear how he like to talk shit about certain people or certain things that's going on, and then he'd talk about, like, you know, just authentic hip-hop things that a regular, real MC would talk about. So I just went there with it, you know. Like, at the end of the second verse, where I'm like, this is hip-hop, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm really quick, you know what I mean? Yeah. like that was, you know, that's what hip-hop is. Like, I remember when I was growing up on hip-hop, like, all of the rappers I knew, they were saying offensive things, but you wanted them to say that. You wanted them to be the most aggressive they could on the track. Like, oh, yeah, he going in. So, that's basically where I was at with it. I basically had fun on that track.
How long did it take you to finalize everything about the song?
On that song, it didn't take me that long at all. But I mean, like, well, let's see, because I got the verses and everything done, and that was all done in the same day. After I done the beat, I did the verses. But when I had to come back, 2 days, because you know how you record something and then you listen to it and you be like, okay, what else can I add? What else can I do? Only thing I heard was production. Like, more, just add more production on there. And then I just added the little rest of the production on there, made the fade-ins and fade-outs, made sure the transitions was okay, and then I was done with that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool, man.
I gave that about like 2 days. Yeah.
2 days. All right. So, like, sometimes I also think about the identifying marks on music over time. Like how you can listen to a track from the 70s funk era and you know that's from the 70s, unless it's Bruno Mars. And it's like, okay, I like that. But yeah, he's a genius too. Or the pop rock of the 80s, the grunge of the 90s, but perhaps one of those different times. And then you have the auto-tune music of the millennium, what they say. What do you think? Is possible? Yes, I think so. Those same amazing attributes that led you to know where a track fits into the musical timeline, and also the same very thing that make them sound dated. So my question to you is there any way for a musician or a rapper out there to not become dated? I mean, like, we all make music in our own time period, and it's tough not to be influenced or aware of what else is going on around us, to not have it creep up into our work. Like you said, you sample a little bit of a dilla from a kid. But how do we transcend past the here and the now and create music that could be considered timeless, like Michael Jackson status?
To be honest, if you're gonna ask me, because sometimes I'll make a song and I won't know it's a classic. Somebody else will come to me like a year later and be like, "Yo, you know that song is a banger," and I'll be like, "Where? You really think that?" "Yeah, man." And I might think it's, you know, just one of the songs that's one of my old songs, you know. But for me, going through that experience, you have to study this. Like, if you're going to be a musician and you want to make timeless music, you have to study the art. There's no way getting past it. You have to listen to all of the oldies. You have, not even all of them, but just, you have to know a gist of the 70s. You have to know a gist of the 80s, 90s, 2000s, even right now. Even how much ignorance is in the music right now, you still got to pay attention to it. Because you're gonna have to appeal to this audience that's today. Even if we was in the 90s, I would have to be Wu-Tanged out or DMX'd out, something, one of them type of, you know, it's a different type of hip hop in the 90s versus 2000s and right now. You know, it's all about being in tune with the ear and like what the sound is, and not even that. Your lyrics and vocally, you can keep as much message and all of that in it. Don't let me lose myself. Okay, yeah, you can keep all of that message and everything that you want to say in your lyrics. You don't have to give up that side of yourself. But production-wise, everything goes back to production, because in production, like, you're creating the template of what that person is listening to on top of the words. So I compare something like Kendrick, because Kendrick is doing exactly what timeless is to me right now in these days, especially how he went from Pimp a Butterfly to Damn. I'm like, okay, yeah, he is really listening. To Pimp a Butterfly sound like it was in the 70s. He could have put that out. Yeah, he could have put that out when George Clinton was out. And that whole CD would rock. Like, I'm just like, that whole CD would rock. Damn, you could put Damn out now. Damn is rocking. That's why it sold 2 million copies. You know, it's rocking like that. You know what I mean? He's very in tune. His lyrics never changed. I've heard him on Future track, Mask Off, and that's one of the most trappiest things. But when he come off and he rapping lyrically, the guy is a genius. Like, he's saying the message, but he has the cadence of now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's all about your ear and how much you are in tune with music and how much you love music. Because anybody could hear nowadays music and say they love music, but if nowadays music is not going to influence you to try to like swing with it, you gotta go with the flow. You could go against it lyrically, but production wise, you have to you gotta give and take. It's like a give and take. That's why on my latest, on this latest release right here, You Don't Know Me, it's a give and take. I'm giving you trappy type of production, but then I'm giving you like what I really love. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's why Dilla with it sounds like how it sounds.
That's dope.
Yeah. It's all about, yeah, that goes back to, it's all about being in tune. Yeah, same thing if you're gonna be a mixer or engineering or producer, you gotta be in tune with it. You know, just the way you gonna place the sample, or sometimes the sample, you might push a button on the keyboard, and that sample you just push, it fits so good, you gotta use it. It was like a happy accident. Yeah. You gotta use it. We wanna put that in there. All right, cool. A lot of beats are made like that. A lot of things are made like that. Certain things don't come with an idea. You just get up to the board and bam, it just comes to you. Sometimes you do have an idea and you could just lay it out, and that's what it is.
Oh yeah. Going back to what you said about maybe somebody coming up to you a year later talking about one of your older tracks, what do you do with that information?
Me, with that kind of information, I tend to take a note, because every time I hear somebody like recollect on one of my tracks and they say that's one of the tracks that they really love or whatever like that, I try to stay in that vein. Like, You Don't Know Me is in a lot of vein of a lot of tracks that people tell me that they love of mine. So it's like I'm giving you everything that you say you love, you know, at the same time. So it's like I'm trying to cater to them, or cater to the people that, you know, really love the style of music that I do, whatever style it is. That's why I call my record label Soul and Gutter, because soul will be like my soul, and then the gutter will be whatever transpires, like trap, trail, or whatever that is, you know. But it's like a saying, it's like a yin and yang type of thing.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, so what would you say is the key element in identifying a tune directly from the mouth and hand of Mikey Smit?
Mikey Smit. Knowing a record for me, that's kind of hard. That's hard, because like, you're really asking me to judge myself, and it's hard for me to judge myself.
Well, let me put it this way, like,
okay,
we know a track from Gucci Mane because he's Burr all the time. We know Drake because Drake has the same cadence. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I can't say that now because he switched it up a few times. But you know a Drake song. You can tell a Drake beat or a 40 beat or a Drake inspired beat. That's really what I'm asking you. Like how, like if I like lined you up signature. If I lined you up with 2 Chainz, Migos, Travis Scott, would I be able to tell you apart from them and say, oh, okay, that's Mikey. That's Mikey.
You're gonna be able to hear me say, because this is my favorite ad-lib to go to. It's yeah. Like if you're listening to a lot of my music, my newer music, I'm always in some form of fashion, and some part of my song I'm going yeah, or something like that. Or you might hear my production tag. It's like a English accent lady. She'll say Smitty McFlame, you know what I'm saying? But it won't sound like that. I don't know I can't really do the English accent, but she'll say it in a little accent. I have that run through the track, and it's always in the beginning. Yeah, that's always during the song, or like right before I start a verse, you know.
Cool. Okay. So the music you're making is relevant, and not just music in general, but to myself on a personal and professional level. So let's talk about where you're living. You're living in California, the state both glamorized and villainized by the media at different points throughout our history. But it's also a state known for being, on the cutting edge of this musical taste. At least that's what we get as an impression through our internet and TV streams. What is it really like for your infused music in Los Angeles? Is there room for you there?
Yes, I would say it is, because it's a lot of room for a person like me. It's a lot of room.
Yeah.
The way you describe California, it's very much like that. Especially from a person coming from the East Coast and then coming to live on the West Coast. Yeah, it's very much like that. It's beautiful, but then it's also victimized and villainized and everything beyond that. Like, but I must say, once you get here, you'll realize the calmness in it all. You'll know why it's victimized. You'll know why it's so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being on the, I'm more so now, it's better to be on the inside looking out than the outside looking in.
Right.
Yeah, from just living out in California. But as far as my music and the reception or reactions I'm getting off of it, the most reactions I've got from my music is in California. Like I've been on the East Coast, but I've yet to be over there and like really promote my music. Like I've only been on the West Coast really promoting my music, and the reactions I've got, I have yet to see anybody really like down me other than being on some like, oh, I don't like that. That's that guy, so I don't really like him. But his music is nice, but I don't really like him. Instead of it being stuff like that, because there's a lot of that kind of stuff. It's people that want to be like you, but then it's like they can't because they don't have that type of talent, I would say.
Yeah. Oh man, you know that is the worst form of hate.
Yes, it is. On
a person, because it's almost like self-reflection. When people hate on somebody because of, you know, man, they're always doing something. Why you gotta hate that person? You know, because you're happy being complacent where you at. You don't have any hobbies. You don't have anything to look forward to but going to bed and getting up to go to work again.
Yep.
And that cycle. Like, man, that's the worst kind of hate.
worse. And it's like, what I don't, for that type of hate, I don't even know what to do with that. Like how I want to help that person. Like me personally, when I see stuff like that, bro, I want to help you. You know what I mean? If I can help, hey, I'm gonna try my best. Don't stab me in the back though. You know?
Yeah. That usually what ends up happening.
Yeah, that's why I had to mention it, because I think I done been through that before, and then next thing you know, I'm getting stabbed in the back. It's like, oh man, where do you go from here?
Yeah, where do you go from here? Oh man. Yep. Story those knives can tell.
Yeah, man. Whoa.
All right, man. After the music break, it'll be time for our usual tradition. It is called the Hot Seat, and our fans love this part of the segment. And of course, along with the actual interview, but the audience get to hear either some vocals from Mikey. Maybe he got a poem or inspirational speech for us, spoken word. Maybe he's going to freestyle rap, tell us a joke, or have a story, or maybe even play a live instrument from our special guest. Well, you never know what these creative minds and vessels will produce in the spotlight. And tonight we'll find out if Mikey Smit have what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of his true artistry, and maybe even some hidden talents. But for right now, we have his song, Momma-We-Made-It, and we'll be right back.
The bird. We're just about ready.
Can't wait till I pull up on Mom Dukes, look her in the eye like Mama, we made it. Can't wait till I pull up on Pop Duke, hopping out the Benz like we twins. Can't wait till I pull up on Shorty with the keys to the house and the lamp. It's a dream just to scream that you made it. Can't wait to scream, Mama, we made it. Oh. Hold up, we get this really trying to talk about. You ain't doing what I'm doing, get me chalk it out. Talk shit, you put out the mouth. I did see what you nag about. Can't go nowhere without the doubt. So it's you without a doubt. My intel that the head comes first. Gotta watch motherfuckers cause some wanna jerk you. I done been through it, they should make it a commercial. Better man up, nothing gon' nurse you. This just pour out of me cause it's so true. They try to scrutinize the gift, make it social. You had this flow tuck, now I'm showing you. I just do it cause I love it and it's more to do. If you ain't happy, you hitting and that's just all you. Never worry about them, nigga, do you. Can't wait till I pull up on Mom Deuce, look her in the eye like mama, we made it. Can't wait till I pull up on Pop Duke, hopping out the Benz like the twins. Can't wait till I pull up on Shorty with the D's to the house and the land. It's a dream just to scream that you made it. Yeah. Can't wait to scream, mama, I ain't trying to tell a story, I'm a nigga with talent. But see this money talking to me like you know I'm the baddest. And them drugs talking to me like you know you sellers. But why not get know of the thing you love? Energy never died, I've been had the bug. My energy all intact, I'm a gem you want, a gold mine. I hold mine down like rounds, hold mine. Pressure till it crack the sound. Then come back around, it's an aftershock, but it come with a wave. Tsunami drop, everybody afraid. If you ain't got the lungs while you surfing the wave. If you ain't trying to kill your demons while you looking to pray. Is it for somebody down for you looking to see? I'm just focused, thinking about the family and me. With my goals in position for the world to see. I talk different. Can't wait till I pull up on Mom Deuce, look her in the eye like mama, we made it. Can't wait till I pull up on Pop Duke, hopping out the Benz like we twins. Can't wait till I pull up on Shorty with the D's to the house and the land. It's a dream just to scream that you made it. Can't wait to scream, mama, we made it.
Again, that was Mikey Smit with this song Momma-we-made-it. You heard the back masking in at the end there. Look at him. This guy really been studying his music. I'm telling you, he's a genius. The flow is sick. Get the man some Theraflu because he is literally, man, vomiting all over this track, bro. And it is dope. So, man, guys like this I can really stand behind because they're not just kicking some watered down cookie cutter type of, you know, what's going on the radio or in mainstream, but you can definitely hear and feel this guy's hunger from his beat selection, which he produced himself. I mean, the even the background samples were killing. I don't know, man. It's just an overall dope, and I'm super excited. Yeah, I rarely get excited about music, but if it was either, you know, buy a cheeseburger or purchase this track, I would purchase the track. Yeah, I don't need a cheeseburger anyway because I'm a vegan, so okay. All right. Freshly picked orange, yeah. Or this track. Definitely this track. I love oranges though, but I love the track way more. Yeah. So, planting seeds. Farmers can cause an abundance of food to literally spring out of the ground. First, however, they must plant the seeds. Our society has become accustomed to like instant gratification. Television brings us instant entertainment. Delivery service move our stuff overnight. The internet gives us instant mail and messages. The telephone gives us instant conferences. You know, you could talk to anybody in the world. Microwave ovens, fast food restaurants provide instant food, and the list goes on and on. The quickening pace of life increasingly hides one important truth, that some of the best things in life take time. Music careers, for once, acting careers, any passion of yours, sometimes it takes a little time. Yes, there's those fly-by-night, get rich quick, get famous quick, the Soulja Boy route, you know, the guys from Superbad, you know, he just drove from Canada to LA and now he's in a big movie. things happen like that. Hats off, bravo. But the passion that really takes the time, that really hurt it the most, really cost the most money, at the end of that journey, when you say, "Mama, we made it," oh, you cannot take that feeling away. It'll feel better than driving down from Canada, and hitting a $1 million budget, and being on screen in an amphitheater or a movie theater. Because you say, hey, it took time, it took mold, it took crafted, it took money, it took my blood, it took my time, my sweat, and my tears. And finally, we're here. Finally, this trophy means so much, Things take time. Things like relationships, experience. You ever fill out a job application, they ask you how much experience you have? Not if you just got on YouTube and learned it. Hey, I just Googled it, and now I know how to, put together an iPhone 8. But go fill out an application for that particular tech job, and they're going to ask you how many years have you had experience tearing down an Apple iPhone 8. And see which one weighs the most, right? Education takes time. You don't want a doctor doctoring on you after 1 year of practice. No, you want him to go through all 6 years of college. Skills, wealth. When you expect to get these things overnight, you end up spinning your wheels. You must learn to plant the seeds and then nurture them while they take root and grow. How do you know what seeds to plant? That's where your long-term goals come into play. If you know where you want to be in a couple of years from now, it's important to stay laying the groundwork today. Live your life today, enjoying all the excitement in this fast-paced world, and remember to plan for tomorrow, planting your seeds along the way. And with that, let's go ahead and bring Mikey Smit back on. All right, brother, you're now in our live hot seat. What do you have for us?
All right, what I got for y'all, something I just wrote down, it's a light verse, but it fits though, it seemed like it fits. I didn't want to say something that I was going to use for like a track that might be out, so I'm going to put it like this, all right?
All right.
Check. I'm top ranked. I could put your mind where it ain't. Jealousy and hate. Niggas in the club with a cape. That ain't pimp, you a saint. Trying to save him when the will so faint. Checkmate was 50 cent to a piggy bank. That's metal with plastic. It's all material. I drop acid, it burn like venereal. It make a hole till it can't no more. Like a scene from Richie Rich with McCoken. People try to play you like a fraud. I ain't joking. I ain't even got a vote. It's an opus. Blessed in its showing, at peace through commotion, necessary devotion, digging deeper than oceans. I'm good at observing, taking heed and preserving, deserving. I just disappear and put the work in, under no control, the divergent. It's like, something like.
Man, for light, man, that was pretty dope.
It's like, it's like a
heavy. Sheesh.
He said I didn't hear you heavy. Yeah, I could have shot something else out there that was, but then I was like, you know what, let me go like, they just heard Mama We Made It, so we're gonna let it sizzle out like that.
Man, dope. Man, oh, go ahead.
I really want to say I appreciate you, man, for real. All of the words you said, the kind words, I appreciate everybody listening as well. But my man, Denny, I appreciate you, bro. My man, for real.
No doubt, man. Hey, you got some good music, man, and I can definitely stand behind good music. And you have a great personality, so that's like 1 + 1 = 2. It makes super sense. So yeah, man,
yes,
keep being yourself. Keep the grind alive, keep planting those seeds, and hey, sky's the limit.
Yes, it is. Sky ain't the limit. You got space and moon and the whole universe out there.
Got the whole galaxy. Well, shoot for that, bro.
Yeah. Shoot for that. I'll land in the sky, you know?
I think you could make some real dents, man, in this music industry.
Yeah, I feel the same.
The world definitely has to hear you.
Yes, sir. Anything else you need from me? Anything else you want me to say? Want me to shout anything out for you?
Sure, man. We are at the end, our open floor. It's been my extreme pleasure to learn about you, listen to your music along with everybody else. So thank you so much for making incredible music, and thank you as well for this interview. So this next spot, man, you can just use it to shout out anybody, to maybe, man, you can say whatever you like. It's the open mic. The time is yours.
All right. First off, I want to thank my guy, Lawrence Michaels, the whole Holla Entertainment, everybody that really get down with Soul and Gutter, everybody that really get down with Mikey Smit. I would like to give a shout out to my people over at CDC Entertainment. I don't really want to give too many names, you know. I want to keep it broad. So, you know, and another thing, even though this is just a radio interview, I like to give a shout out to God. You know, without him, none of this would have been possible. You know, I learned everything that I know right now. It started in church. So if I didn't thank him or give a shout out to him, I wouldn't be nothing. So that's pretty much everything I got to say. And then Ma, I love you. Little sis, I love you. Baby bro, I love you. Everybody, I love y'all.
Definitely,
I'm signed out.
Definitely. And God is everything, man. No matter how small the step is,
yes,
just
sir.
know He was there.
Yes, sir.
All right. We are over our hour. Oh my goodness, he can talk, Kenny. But hey,
yeah,
we like that. We like that, though. We like that. Fill up a whole hour. That's cool, man. Mm-hmm.
Vigilantes. Shout out to Vigilantes Radio, Instagram, Twitter, wherever y'all at, Facebook. Y'all go follow. I'm going to do the same myself.
Oh, by the way, give everybody those websites, man, where people can connect with you. I have them in the description of the show, so all you guys got to do is click, connect with them. You can even go to our website. He's right there on the front page. Click all the links. Check them out. Check out the music. Support the brother.
Yes, sir. And you can get to my Facebook is at Mikey Smit, strictly MikeysMit. My Twitter handle is Got You Smitten, GOTYOUSMITTEN, and it's the same thing for my Instagram. Do the same thing, and if you have Tumblr, I don't know if anybody has that anymore. I still kind of use it for.
We use it too, brother.
Promotions, yeah. You can find me on there by just typing in Mikey Smit. I should be the first one that comes up.
Dope.
YouTube, same thing. YouTube, type in Mikey Smit. I will be the first one that come up.
Nice.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/only1media group, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or our website, which is only1mediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or send something for us to play, email it to theRadio@only1mediagroup.com. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre-free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay, but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show. Something you got to deal with. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, dini-mussolini, I appreciate you guys for tuning in either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. And also special thanks to our guests for joining us. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Tumblr. We are all over. Just connect with us and we do follow back. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely freaking great at just doing that. Peace.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.